Local businesses are very important in any community. It takes hard work and dedication to keep one going. We're going to talk to the business owners here coming up next.
Well, there are 565 small businesses in downtown Quincy.
There sure are, and there are a lot more outside of the city limits.
Indeed, and Lindsay Boach is catching up with one of those outside the downtown limits this morning at 36th and Broadway. Good morning, Lindsay.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yes, Bailey's Fudge and Coffee Shop has been open since 2003, but the owners now, Donna Graves and her husband Brad, have owned it since 2010. How did this all get started? How did you get involved in this?
Bailey's has been here, like you said, since 2003 and started as a coffee and fudge shop, actually a fudge and gift shop, and they added coffee a few years later, and the previous owners were very good friends of ours, and so a few years ago we bought it and decided to really kind of nurture the coffee shop as well and renovated it so that it's got a lot of fun new things that customers can come and see.
How has it grown since you guys took over?
Some of the things that we've tried to take advantage of this year, like a lot of other local businesses in town, would be email marketing, trying to reach out to more of our customers, really pushing the buy local kind of advertising, growing our family base a little bit more in terms of customers and reaching out, trying to do a lot more programs and open houses, just so that we kept everything about Bailey's that was great since 2003 here, but we've also just tried to gain more awareness.
We were talking a little bit earlier about how important it is to buy local, especially a local coffee shop.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of local business owners, like my husband and I, we see fellow local business owners as family members. You know, we really need to stick together, and we're really proud to be a part of that family, to be a member of the, especially in this area. We're just so proud to live in this area and to be participating in the and helping the local economy.
And you had a very interesting statistic about people who drive to work, commuters.
We do. You know, there was a study done on called Workonomics. They did this study, and they found that last year, on average, Americans spent just as much on their yearly commute, that's gas and maintenance of their vehicles, as they do on coffee. And I think that one of the ways that Americans can kind of avoid having to spend that much would be to buy local. A lot of people don't realize that we do offer very competitive pricing and very competitive rates, and there's also a lot of local specials. We try and really work with the community to expose more community organizations, to expose more, you know, things like that. And I think this is a great way, by buying local, to not only really support a local business, but also to save a little bit of money in the process. No reason that you should spend as much to fuel your car as you do to fuel your morning. So.
Now, what has been your favorite part since opening this, or since taking over in 2010?
Oh, my involvement in the community. Hands down, that's been my favorite part. You know, since I've become a business owner, I've joined the Rotary. I'm really proud to do that. We participate with a lot of fundraisers. Schools come. We've got QU and John Wood and other student groups have come to us to sell fudge for fundraisers. And, you know, it's really just given us an opportunity to reach out and to get to know some really great people.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to catch up with you a little bit later. You know, sometimes you think of fudge as not so healthy, but there are some healthy options that you can do to make your chocolate just a little bit better for you, and we're going to talk about that coming up in the next half hour.
I didn't know chocolate could get better.
We will anxiously await that information, Lindsay.
Lindsay, though, is live, and she's going to tell us chocolate could be good for you?
Yes, actually it can be. You know what else is good for you? That those temperatures on Groundhog's Day. Maybe on Friday we'll wake up and it'll be like Groundhog Day movie where it's the same as the day before. I'll take 60 any day, especially when it's almost February. And February 14th is about 14 days away. Chocolate shops all across the country are preparing for the day, but how are local shops doing that? We'll tell you coming up next.
Hey guys, 2 weeks till Valentine's Day. Are you ready? I just learned it was Valentine's Day in 2 weeks. So,
So obviously you're not.
Not at all.
But some local businesses, they prepare for months for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and KHQA's Lindsay Boach is at one of those businesses this morning. Good morning, Lindsay.
Chad, wake up. Did
I
you
am.
forget
I'm
what day
awake.
it was? Come on. 2 weeks away. It's almost February. I know the weather isn't really proving that, but it's been very nice. But yes, local businesses are preparing for Valentine's Day, and there's actually some health benefits to having chocolate as well. If you have high blood pressure, it can help with that. Not milk chocolate, not white chocolate. It's mostly dark chocolate, and it's also good for your heart. Not a lot of it, but just a little bit is okay. Donna Graves joins me now, and we have some other healthy options if you would like to eat chocolate as well.
Yes, one of the best things that I love about Valentine's Day are fudge dipped strawberries. And you can dip lots of different fruit. It's a fun thing to do with your kids, husbands. It's super easy. And if you want to do it for your spouse on Valentine's Day, that's wonderful. I would appreciate some hand-dipped strawberries on Valentine's Day as well. And so I can show you how to actually make that if you wanted me to.
Yeah, and there's a difference between fudge dipped strawberries and chocolate dipped strawberries.
There's a huge difference. Fudge dipped strawberries are, the chocolate is a lot softer in consistency. When you take a bite into a chocolate dipped strawberry, oftentimes the chocolate will flake off, and everybody knows that. You kind of have to hold your hand under your mouth while you're eating. A fudge dipped strawberry, on the other hand, you can see your teeth marks in that fudge. Every time you take a bite, it just stays right connected to your strawberry. It's super soft, moist, and it's just a really great treat.
And now we have a fresh batch of fudge over here, and that vat is 36 pounds.
Yes, we make 36 pounds of fudge at a time in our steam kettle, and that's a full batch. We can do a half batch as well. My husband's pouring some of our chocolate fudge right now, and this is our chocolate base. We have a chocolate base and a plain base. So those are the two here.
And it looks delicious, and I'm sorry for all of you at home, it smells delicious as well. And yes, strawberries are a very healthy option, and you can do this at home.
You can. So I'll just explain how you could do this at home. You can buy fudge. So here's just the plain chocolate fudge. This is 1/4 pound actually, and you can buy it in a 1 pound box like this, and you take the fudge out, you can cut it into pieces and stick it in your microwave 10 to 15 seconds at a time until it gets really soft and consistent and looks a lot like this. And you want to make sure you don't burn chocolate. That's whether you're doing a milk chocolate or a fudge. You want to make sure you don't burn it. I'm going to add just a touch of water to this to make sure it's nice and creamy and easy to dip. One of the other things you should remember when you're doing this is don't wash your strawberries. Everybody thinks that that's something that you should do, but actually you're going to need a lot of the natural exterior of the strawberry, and when you wash it, you actually trap that moisture in the chocolate, and it doesn't make them last as long. So what we've done is actually brush them clean. We've brushed our strawberries clean to make sure that that they're kind of ready to go. So you can see the fudge has a nice consistency. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the strawberry, we've brushed it off, and I'm going to dip it in, keeping the green out.
Wow, that looks delicious.
You can kind of see it'll just drizzle. And all you need to have is a sheet of wax paper ready on a little cookie sheet. And you just lay them down like that, and you let them kind of dry. This is so easy. You can do this with your kids, and your husband can do it. So my husband's actually going to take over and continue to make these for us.
And you need to have a lot of fudge and a lot of strawberries for Valentine's Day. How do you get prepared for a holiday like this?
You know, Valentine's Day is our second largest holiday of the year next to Christmas. And so we've been preparing for quite a few months now, getting ready for the season. We're going to have roses ready so that people can buy a dozen roses with their dozen fudge dipped strawberries. And we have to have a lot of fudge and a lot of strawberries ready because people really, really take advantage of this. And now that people can do it at home themselves just by simply picking up fudge, that it will probably be a little bit even busier than last year.
Pounds of strawberries? Do you know how many pounds you order?
Oh, goodness. I mean, a ton. I wish I could tell you. We do, a lot of this we do on special order. The reason is that all of the fudge dipped strawberries, and this is if you buy strawberries that are covered in chocolate in general, they will ooze after 6 to 8 hours. They're actually still very delicious. They just don't look as pretty. So you know you've had something really fresh and really good for you that doesn't have any preservatives if you have to consume it within a few hours of purchase. And so we get a lot of special order strawberries where people will call us ahead of time, tell us what they want, and so that gives us a heads up on how much to order.
A little bit, it's not necessarily healthy, but for diabetics, there's an option for them as well if they want to enjoy some fudge too.
Absolutely. We have what's called sucrose-free fudge. We always try and tell our customers, for those who are weight conscious, that's not really the fudge for them because we're not saying it's sugar-free. What it is it's created with a sugar that's easily digested by diabetics. And there's so many diabetics in this community who still want to take advantage and enjoy the holidays, Christmas and Valentine's Day. So we do offer sucrose-free fudge. It's delicious. It has a bit of a brownie texture, a little bit more dense, but it's so great. In fact, I love to snack on it. I'm not a diabetic, but I love to snack on it myself.
All right, thank you very much. And we're going to learn a little bit more about the fudge making process here coming up in the next half hour. And again, I wish you guys could smell it because it smells absolutely amazing in those
Our camera
fudge
operator is
covered
drooling
strawberries
over there.
You wish
Yeah.
we could smell it. We wish we could smell it.
And Lindsay, she's talking all morning about Valentine's Day, and she actually got her hand in some treats today.
Yes, here are those chocolate covered or fudge covered strawberries rather that we made earlier. And this is just proof that it doesn't flake off. It stays right on the strawberry. We're going to learn a little bit more about fudge here coming up next.
Who doesn't love fudge in the morning, afternoon, night, whenever it is fudge?
Or on Valentine's Day.
There we go. Well, Lindsay Boach is in smell-o-vision heaven, which makes us the opposite of smell-o-vision heaven here at the studio. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, guys. Yes, fudge is actually good for you if it's made with dark chocolate. Chocolate has a lot of flavonoids in them, which are found in fruits and vegetables. Not saying you should substitute your fruits and vegetables for any sort of dark chocolate, but it is good for your heart, it's good for your mind, it's good for your stomach, and it tastes good. So I don't know what else is better than that. We've been making fudge here this morning, and Donna Graves joins me now, and we made these fudge-covered strawberries, but we're going to make some other different types of fudge as well.
We are. We're going to do some chocolate walnut fudge and some Snicker fudge. Those are some of our most popular flavors here in the shop. So my husband is actually going to be pouring out some of that chocolate fudge now. You can see how thick it is, and even as it sits in, when the air touches it, it kind of starts to dry a little bit. And that's what gives you that really yummy, dense, creamy texture that we all know and love when it comes to fudge. So he's going to pour that in there, and then he's going to add a little touch of water to it. And the reason for the water is we're adding nuts to this batch, and any fudge with nuts in it, nuts will draw the moisture out. And so he's going to add a little bit of water to make sure that it stays nice and creamy. Fudge actually has a 10-week shelf life, and so we just want to ensure that throughout those 10 weeks it's still yummy and great, although most people will say it doesn't have a 10-week shelf life on their own personal counters because they eat it very quickly, but we just think it's great. So we measure everything exact here. We make sure that every pan that our customers get is the same amount of weight, and so he's going to start by pouring about 2 to 2.5 pounds of fudge into this batch, and he's going to be making the Snicker fudge, and this is going to need to set for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're going to put a slab of preset caramel and peanuts. You can see this slab, how yummy that looks, and that's what gives it that great taste. And so he's going to let that sit, and then the next batch he's going to make is going to be some chocolate walnut. So we'll set that one aside and let it think for a little bit. And set up, and then the next one's going to be chocolate walnut. So he's just going to pour more of that fudge in there, and look at how thick that is. And we try really hard to use local ingredients, and that's what makes our fudge unique. It's really important to feature all of the things that your community has to offer in all of your products, and we try and do that here. And one of the things to maybe consider for a lot of people out there when they're buying gifts for family or friends that are out of town is to buy local products. You know, a lot of our customers come and say, I'm going to New York this weekend to visit some family, and I want to bring them a pound of fudge from Quincy. And it just makes it extra special, and it just shows pride in where we come from and where we live, because it's just a great community and we really should be supporting it.
And it smells great in here. The smell is not just fudge either. There's coffee beans too, and you can actually use coffee beans for your Keurig.
You can. A lot of people don't realize this, but if you go ahead and you grind coffee beans on an espresso grind, you're able to use it in your Keurig in smaller quantities. And also, fresh ground coffee beans are obviously the best. That's what gives you the best flavor and the best aroma first thing in the morning. And we offer a lot of variety of flavors here, and we encourage customers to pick something different every time, some seasonal coffees. This Christmas, some of the most popular flavors were Christmas cookie. People were buying it in 5-pound bags, and also Frosty's favorite. And then you have some wonderful cherry vanilla flavors for Valentine's Day. And so making coffee kind of seasonal, it makes it just a little bit more fun and makes your morning a little bit more interesting.
And now you've been open, or this shop has been open since 2003. What's your favorite part about owning a local business?
Well, obviously, just getting to talk to all of our customers. We've got a lot of regulars who come in every day, and they come in for their coffee every morning. But it's not just about the coffee. It's about talking to people, getting to know them. And it just really, really an opportunity for me to stay connected outside of the shop to what's going on in the community and to what's going on with my customers. And our customers, we're to the point now where they're like very good friends, and they you know, I know about their children and I know about their families, and I think that's one of the best advantages to buying local, is that you're talking to a fellow community member who's invested in this community and who really wants to know how you're doing.
All right, thank you very much, Donna, for having us here this morning. Again, I wish you guys could smell this because it smells absolutely wonderful.
Oh, I appreciate the tip about the shelf life of fudge, because now I won't have to eat it quite so fast.
All right.
Exactly.
I'm just going to sit here and continue to pout that you're there and I'm here.